Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. This morning I will continue to talk on the subject of religion and belief. And the reason for that is to get our Aqidah right and also to strengthen our belief, Aqidah and Iman. So when I give a talk on religion and belief, I think it is important because it is important to get our Aqidah and belief strengthened each time. So when I give this talk, hopefully people who listen will also get the same benefit as what I think I would get. So we had chosen the subject based on reading the Quran. So the Quran is the guidance from Allah sent to His messenger, then His messenger passed to the people. So reading the Quran is very important and it helps a lot in getting our Aqidah right and strengthen our belief. So in choosing the subject, I had been reading the Quran yesterday, and if I look back, it was amazing that there's a revelation on the enemy of Islam, Abu Lahab, when he was still alive. A critic says, what if he repented and became Muslim? Well, it's a big what if, but it didn't happen because Allah sealed the heart of the people who make enemy of the Prophet, and they already make a big sin that is not forgiven, because initially they had refused to believe. There was a verse there saying Allah closed their hearts and they would never believe. So then the revelation on this man named Abu Lahab was sent down. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tabbat syada Abi Lahabi wa tab. So I just read the first sentence. Destroy is both hand of Abu Lahab, and he will also be destroyed. So that is really a hard warning on Abu Lahab. Okay, we have been reading the meaning of the Quran on page 3. So we had completed reading the meaning on page 3. So today I'll continue on with reading the next page, which is page 4. So I have page 4 printed, as because I told you I'm not an Hafiz, so I need printed copy to read the Quran. To get the barakah of this morning, I would like to read the first sentence on this page, which is sentence 17, and read it in the original language of the Quran, that is in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Masaluhum kamasalil استوقد نارا فلما أضاءت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في ظلمات لا يبصرون. Sadaqallahul Azim. So let's see the meaning of these sentences. But the subheading has been this is the continuation of the subheading on the previous page on the munafiqin, or the pretenders. So on this page, let's see what is the continuation of the previous page. The like of them. Them here is the pretenders or the munafiqin. It's like the people who light fire and the fire give light around them. So meaning this is happening at night when it is dark and the fire is lighted. Then Allah put off their light and leave them in darkness. Then they were unable to see. Okay, next sentence. They are like the people who is deaf, who is mute, who is blind. Then they will not be returning to the truth. So next sentence. Oh, the like of the people who is in the heavy rain, the rain that comes from the heaven and darken the day. There is thunder and lightning. They got their finger to close their ears to prevent them from hearing the thunder because they are fearful of death, of dying. Verily, they know the power of Allah overwhelms the unbelievers. Next sentence. The lightning was almost hit or destroy their sight. Each time there was lightning, then they walk because the lightning give light. And when the lightning stopped, there was no light. Then they stopped walking. If Allah wants it, Allah can destroy their hearing and their seeing. Verily, Allah has the power over all things. So, ladies and gentlemen, the munafikin is hard people. Is not the life that is envious, because there are also people who fear of dying. Then what is the happiness there living in this world when people fear of dying? Because dying is something that will come when it comes, and eventually it will come. So people who have great fear of dying would not be happy. So the next heading is the oneness and the power of Allah. With the heading the ordained to worship Allah, which is one. So the sentence start on sentence 21. So let me read the sentence on 21. All the people worship God that have created you, and the people before you. Hopefully you be the people who have fear. He, Allah, created the earth as a platform for you, and the heaven or the sky as roof for you. And Allah also sent down rainwater from the sky, and then from the water Allah grew many kinds of fruit as provision for you. Then don't you worship or think of worship other than Allah, whilst you know it. Okay, let's look at the sentence closely. Allah claims He is the creator of the earth as platform for us to live on. Yes, it is beautiful platform, isn't it? While now I'm on the beach, I was riding on the sand, and then look at the sand, how good it is for me to ride on. It's soft and nice, and that is the kind of platform that was created by Allah. So the beach is one example, and maybe the grassland, the land you have to build your house, and the land to build roads. These are the platform that we live on, and on top you see the sky with the clouds, and the clouds give us rain. So these are the creation of Allah. This is also a proof that there is Allah. Before the beginning, there was nothing. Before the beginning, there was nothing. There was no Lord of the world except Allah. So I repeat it again and get your understanding right. Before the beginning, there was nothing except Allah. Then Allah He want to be Lord of the world because He wanted to be praised and worshipped. Then He start the creation. When He start the creation, He sit on a power. And he wants the people to worship Him. Of course, Allah appreciated most people worshiping Him. So He created people and He sent down messengers to people to tell people that there is Allah, order the man to worship Him. Of course, there are people who obey the Prophet, and there are also people who don't obey. So Allah, in His power, reward the people who obey the Prophet, and then in His power, He created hell to punish the people who had not obeyed the Prophet. Of course, Allah also created angels. There are more angels than human beings, and the angels are always loyal, worshipping, praising Allah. But then in the next world, the angel is not to mean enjoying life in paradise. So paradise is for human being to enjoy the reward of Allah. But then some portion of human being will also be punished for disobeying the prophets or the messenger of Allah. So Allah like to be praised and worshipped, then He start creating. the world to become the Lord of the world. When I was studying in religious school, we study of the evidence of there is Allah. So the evidence of there is Allah is the presence or the existence of this world. This world is new. It has beginning. So whatever that has beginning was created by Allah. So if someone question you with question like Allah created the world, if he come up with the question who created Allah, then the answer is Allah has no beginning. Allah come before the beginning. So the beginning is when the world was created. So Allah come from the beginning, before the beginning. So that was what we were taught when we attend religious school, when we were still at young age, that Allah has no beginning. So beginning occur only when with the Allah creation of the world. So let's continue on to see the meaning of the rest of the sentence on this page. So there is heading on this page saying Allah challenged the unbelievers in Mecca with regard to Al-Quran. So let me read this in start from sentence 23 and 24. So let's see the meaning of sentence 23. And if you firmly still doubting with regard to the Quran that we sent down to our servant Muhammad, then write you down one chapter which is equivalent to the Quran, and call the people who you trust to help you other than Allah, if you are the people of the truth. Next sentence. If then you are unable to do that, surely you will be unable to do that Then protect yourself from the hellfire, which is fueled by the people and stone, which is set ready for the unbelievers. So this is literary challenge to the unbelievers in Mecca. Okay, I'd like to tell you one story. There was a linguistic expert in Mecca by name of Walid. Walid was the father of Khalid. Khalid is the famous warrior of Islam, Khalid ibn Walid. So his father was a linguistic expert but had remained as unbeliever. So what happened was Prophet Muhammad approached this man Walid, then read to him a chapter of the Quran. Walid, being a linguistic expert, had prepared to listen to this reading of the Quran. After Prophet Muhammad completed reading the Quran to Walid, Walid then said, "This is not coming from you, Muhammad. This chapter that you have read had come from Allah." So you see, this is witnessed by the unbelievers in Mecca, saying that the sentences in the Quran could not be written by human being. I think with that story, I leave you. Thank you very much for listening.